Hi, good morning, and welcome to today's practice. This is a new series that we will be doing named Emotional Alchemy. So the idea is that we will be addressing things that we hold in our body and transmuting those emotions. Rather than suppressing, we are addressing, we are allowing things to rise to the surface by targeting specific areas of the body. So today we are targeting fear. We're allowing ourselves to tap into the areas where we may hold fear, and then we move through those emotions into courage. So, to start off, we will be coming into a comfortable seated position, taking your hands anywhere on your knees that feels right. You may even take a little mudra, maybe index finger to thumb. Maybe you just want to place your hands on your heart space. Just do what feels right for you. Allow yourself to ground. Sit your hip bones to the ground. Gently drive into the floor. Draw your spine tall. We're just creating this nice openness within the body so that when we take our box breath of inhaling in for 4 and holding for 4, exhaling for 4 and holding for 4, that we have enough space in the torso. Inhale for 4. We expand into the shoulders. Hold for 4. Stay wide within the diaphragm. Exhale for 4. Allow it to release from the belly, from the diaphragm, from the chest. Hold for 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Inhale, ballooning wide. Observe the peacefulness that comes with the hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release the breath out of you. Allow it to pour out like a wave. And that same stillness. Inhale. Move at your own pace here. If 4 feels too much, then feel free to shorten it down if you need. If it doesn't feel enough, we elongate, but 4 tends to be a standard in our box breathing. Allow yourself to focus on those moments of stillness at the height and the base of the in-breath. These should come with a peacefulness, a relaxation. It's thought that the inhales allow us to focus, the exhales allow us to relax. The inhales guide us back to present. The exhales allow us to soften into that present moment. And the moments of peacefulness, the stillness within the breath should instill that same stillness within your mind and your body. We shouldn't feel that emptiness in the chest. We shouldn't feel a tension in the back or abs as we are retaining or pausing that breath. It should feel like stillness. Everything should be relaxed, just paused. It can take a while to get there, so be kind to yourself on this last breath here. Well done. And when you're feeling ready, we're coming into our first pose. We're going to send our right leg long. You either draw that left leg in towards your inner right thigh, or if it feels right for you, then you can draw both legs wide. If we are in our half dragonfly, then we are going to stay forward facing, walk the hands forwards, and I am going to let you know when we are swapping onto the other side. If we are taking our full dragonfly, then when everyone else swaps over, we are just going to stay here, stay melting. Listen to your body and what feels right for you. It might feel right for you to drop the forearms down, palms shining upwards. This allows you to avoid that temptation to push. When we turn the palms up, we are soft, we're relaxed, and we can't force ourselves out of the pose, resist gravity. We naturally surrender into the depths of the pose. Allow yourself to close down the eyes if that feels right for you. Focus on the breath. Although we're not box breathing here, we are allowing that same peacefulness, that same softness. We're allowing moments of stillness if they come naturally. You might find that your breath is just naturally waving, inhale into exhale, or you might find a natural moment of stillness. The mind wandering is part of yoga. Yoga is what we use in order to begin to calm the mind, rather than just coming onto the mat and expecting the mind to immediately be still, switched off, zen. So place no pressure on where you're at, how you're feeling, how you've arrived today. Where you're at is perfect. How you are is perfect. We're practicing from a place of love today. When you're ready, if you're in your half dragonfly, we are swapping onto the other side. Move slowly. Think about using your arms where you can. Send that leg long. Use the arms to draw the other leg in. And then only when you're ready, we soften forwards. In our yin practices, we are relaxed through the muscles. We are soft wherever we can be, specifically in the target area, but also thinking outside of those areas. So here we're targeting the inner and outer hips, the backs of the knees, all the way down the backs of the legs. We are quite deeply targeting the back body by leaning forwards, which allows us to target the bladder meridian. The deeper we go into our position, the more we're able to begin to target and stimulate those specific meridians that we aim to. The bladder meridian is thought to relate to feelings of fear. The lower back, specifically certain fears such as money worries or looking forwards to the future and worrying about what the future holds. So if you find that you are always in that habitual mindset of fear or anxiety, movements like this can be really powerful, really beneficial. Allow yourself to be kind to whatever comes up. We're in this lovely introspective position, which gives us this space for reflection. Things can come up without us pushing them away, pushing them back down. But we're also not pulling them in and entering into conversation. We're just observing with kindness, with intrigue, curiosity to what we hold. We're here for a few more breath cycles. We're soft and we're heavy. Okay, when you're feeling ready, we're coming up nice and tall. So we're going to grab a bolster here. If you do not have a bolster, you can use a pillow or two. Just make sure they're really firm. So We're gently making our way in front of the bolster. And again, we have two options. Option 1 is our half saddle. Option 2 is our full saddle. If we're doing our half, I will let you know when to swap. Gently extend the right leg out in front if we are taking our half saddle, and walk your hands gently back, laying the body over the bolster. Take your hands onto the opposing elbow and relax down here. If we are in our full saddle, it's exactly the same process, but we sweep both legs gently down and arms come back. Whichever version we are taking, full or half, we can decide where the legs are. So you could have your knees a little bit wider, feet a little bit wider, shins are wherever feels right for you. In Yin, the pose works around your body, not the other way around. Ballooning breaths rise through the belly. Here, we're allowing a gentle counter pose for the back, whereas before we were flexing forwards. Here, we're using a bit of compression, a bit of targeted stress in a mindful way. Can go a long way in our Yin practice. We are always full of compassion, never pushing the body past its range of comfort. But we're not shying away from discipline. We're not shying away from what our body can do. Meeting yourself at your edge, the point where gravity lowers you down to, and melting into stillness there, switching off any resistance you hold, breathing through the ebbs and flows of intensity that come like waves through your body, through your position, keeping you present. This intensity, this depth, releases from your physical body what you may hold, creating space for new energy, stimulating specific meridians when we go deep enough into our practice, deep enough into our poses too. Here we're targeting the kidney and bladder meridians. Both relate to release, both relate to fear. When we're in our parasympathetic nervous system state, we allow these meridians, these functions, these organs to flow with harmony. Well done. Swapping sides if you are on one side. But when we are in a state of fight or flight, it's thought that systems like the urinary bladder meridian, the kidney meridian, the stomach meridian, these can often become stopped. The flow can stop, prioritizing flow in other areas. The systems on the physical body shut down to prioritize survival. This is obviously beneficial, but in day-to-day life we can find that modern society, modern living, leads to an unnecessarily elevated anxiety or cortisol level, which can mean that we're in this state of fight or flight more than we need to be, which can mean that the energy or prana or life force that runs through the body, the chi that flows through your meridian system, can become stopped, stagnant, slower, stilled. It can interfere with the harmony. When we are too yang, when we're running around, doing, being productive, being active, without taking any time to just nourish that yin half of your energy as well. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day, just letting yourself come into a position, come into a seat for meditation or breath. Just that time where you let yourself step back out of the mind, out of the body, back into a soul state where you're being without doing. Allowing yourself to surrender invites more magic, more life force, more balance. And it's often the key to unlocking all the things that you've been chasing in your yang state. When you're ready, arms gently come down, and we are going to very, very slowly and mindfully come up. Be super gentle to the back here. We've worked the back very hard. So it's up to you whether for this next pose you would like to keep the bolster or just take child's pose without. I'm going to keep the bolster as it creates a nice restorative feel. We're going to relax down either onto the floor, onto your support like a cuddle, like a cushion. Allowing yourself to be completely held. Breathe deeply into your tummy. Your shoulders curl round like a sea. Think about where you're in contact with the ground and how heavy your body feels. This counter pose is a good space to step back into that yin-like state if you notice the mind has begun to wander. Yin is a meditative practice, so we're aiming to stay in that state of the observer self, the witness, the soul, the one who watches your thoughts without judgment, full of compassion. You are not your thoughts. You are simply the one experiencing them. And just like everything in life, thoughts are habitual. We can change them slowly from a place of love. You are not your feelings that arise. They are just communicators between your thoughts and where you're at, between your energy and your soul. If you feel resistance, just as we do with the body, as we surrender and allow, we do the same for anything we notice within. In Yin, we're just shining a light on what we hold. The goal isn't to change anything or do anything, it's just to observe. When you're feeling ready, draw the bolster out in front at a lengthways angle. We come forwards and down, resting your heart center onto the bolster. Arms come out in front and we relax our head down. Here we are again deeply targeting the lower back. Also the stomach meridian through the front of the pelvis. We're compressing through the heart space. It's thought that Everything in life comes from a place of love or fear. Today we are focusing on moving through fear, allowing ourselves to witness fears that we hold. Everyone holds fear. It's the ego's way of protecting us, allowing us to live an amazing life. But when we have excess or lack of any emotion, it can cause a lack of harmony, a lack of joy. It can cut us off from who we are at our source. So simply by stepping back into our light, into our truth, essentially who we are, our soul, stepping back into that state where you are just pure love, pure consciousness, awareness without judgment, pure compassion without reasoning. When we step back into this space time and time again, it allows us to observe what we hold. And when we know we hold fear and what those fears are, they have no power over our day-to-day life. We can choose to act from a place of love. When we understand these things that we hold, it also helps us observe others through a different lens. If we go throughout our day and become angry about something, we can ask ourselves specific mantras, such as, what fear am I feeling around this? If we're running late and we feel frustrated or angry, we can often dissect that down and notice that it's actually rooted in fear. And when we can observe someone else who's feeling what in day-to-day life we might observe as a negative emotion, and then we whittle it down to fear, it can allow you to tap into more compassion. When we understand ourselves, we understand others. Well done. When you are feeling ready, as slowly as you can, we are going to gently walk the hands up. We are moving the bolster around and we are coming into our final position, which is allowing us to tap into love. So, soles of the feet come together. We allow the spine to rest down onto the bolster. Hips are open, knees are wide. Take a moment to make this pose feel right for you and then hold the arms back or wide. We are either tapping into the lung meridians by holding the opposing elbow, thinking about that freedom from fear. The lungs are related to emotions of freedom, unlocking, release. Or we guide the arms wide, allowing ourselves to stimulate more through the heart center, the center of love, allowing ourselves to think about that relationship between love and fear. Both arms back and arms open are so powerful within this practice. They allow us to tap into feelings of courage. The chest is open, the chest is proud. Simply by looking inwards today, you have been courageous. It's not easy to look inwards without judgment. It's not easy to look inwards at all. When we look inwards in silence and stillness, without distraction, observing truths, just as the poses are uncomfortable, or intense, I should say, so too can addressing things that you hold within you, allowing fears within the mind to arise, allowing yourself to release emotions that you hold, either within the physical body, within the energy body, the emotional body. These can be intense practices that we would avoid in day-to-day life, masking with the ego, with stories, reasoning. But when we're on the mat, we release away the need for all that and just observe, free from judgment, creating a safe space for whatever you want to arise to arise. There is no good or bad in your mat, on your mat. There is no right or wrong. There is no correct way to be other than exactly as you are. When we address the fears that we hold, when we release them away from our body, release them away from your energy, when we stimulate the meridians that relate to fears, to embrace and allow more harmony through those areas, naturally we go into our day with more courage, more confidence. Allow a few more breaths here. When you're ready, gently draw your arms down by your side. We gently make our way up into a comfortable seated position. We're thinking about our root chakra here, in the center of the pelvis. We have worked a lot with this root chakra today through stimulating the front of the pelvis, the lower back, and opening the hips. Imagine here roots bearing down from your hips, from your root chakra, into the ground, connecting you to the floor. Close down your eyes if you haven't already, if that feels okay for you, and look inwards. You might even, depending on how confident and progressed we are with our visualization skills, we might even look down from our third eye and look at those roots grounding down. Fear is one of the most physical emotions, whereas love is more connected to the upper chakras. Fear is very related to the human body, the more physical chakras. There is no good or bad here. That is just, it's more of a grounded emotion. It keeps us very in our body. It's part of the human brain, the ego. And we've worked through those fears and moved up more into the heart space. So allow yourself to visualize those roots sprouting. A seed draws gently into a stem. It draws through your center of your body. Maybe there's flowers sprouting as it grows slowly taller. Maybe there's leaves, nice green, vibrant leaves, growing from that stem that draws up through the center, slowly through your solar plexus, which relates to confidence and courage. Your sacral, rather, and your solar plexus, in regards to that self-confidence, self-knowledge. heart space. We're going to stay here. Visualize that plant that you've grown, sprouting, opening up in the heart space. Repeating in your mind's eye, I have the confidence to look inwards. I have the ability to choose between love and fear-based reactions. I am love. I grow through my fears. I am both fully human and fully divine. When you're feeling ready, gently draw your arms up towards the ceiling, hands connect in Anjali Mudra. We draw them down towards your heart space. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and that you enjoyed episode 1. We have 6 more episodes, 7 in total. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next episode where we're focusing on moving from powerlessness to feeling empowered. Thank you so much.